Okay. I think most people have joined us now, especially our new members. Let me quickly put on, let me say we are streaming live on YouTube as well. And I would like to say a warm welcome to tonight's presentation. This is Jerry. Okay. I think most people have joined us now, especially our new members. Let me quickly put on. Okay, a minute. Okay, so I was actually getting a feedback on my own channel, and just to test whether we are live on YouTube. Those of you following me on YouTube, when the room gets full, you can easily redirect your followers to tune in and watch live on YouTube. And tonight, I have a very simple mission, actually. I want to connect with you and then break Bitnest down in a language you can understand as a new member. For the old guys, they are way too familiar with Bitnest and how it works. But then maybe you are just a beginner. You really want to understand the nitty-gritties of Bitnest, and I don't want to make it a night full of jargons and technicalities. I just want to come down and make Bitnest, break it down in a language you and I can more relate with, and then also pave way for question and answers. If you have any
What's
question,
coming?
okay, a minute. I
Yeah,
think I have to mute everyone
fine. I'm fine.
to avoid. Okay, awesome. Okay, so to avoid any form of disruption, I think tonight I just want to break down Bitness in a way that we will understand. And afterwards, if you have any further question or so, I will open up the avenue for you to ask anything you do not understand. My aim is to help you understand. So thank you so much. You may want to call on a friend and then tell him we are live, we are on. And then let me quickly go back, share my screen, and delve right into what we are here for tonight. So give me 1 minute. Let me share my screen, my slides. Okay, on. Here we go. Awesome. So please, if you can see my screen, I want you to drop a message, any message at all, 111-222-555, fire emoji in the box to notify me. Of course, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sami. Oh, wow. The big man, the big legend himself in the house. I thought this man has so much on his plate. I just didn't want to bother him with tonight's presentation. But thank you for still being here anyway. That gives me a backup. Now, tonight, I want to break down Bitness in a layman's language. Please, any question you have, feel free ask me, because if at the end of the day you do not understand, then there's no point being on this meeting. My name is Jerry, and I would like to delve right into what Bitness is. Now, I know you know what Bitness is, that's why you are here in terms of the name. But then in terms of operations and concept, you may be wondering, what exactly is this whole Bitness wave about? Bitness is just a decentralized finance platform that actually, integrates multiple financial services, right? Which includes yield farming. But I hate myself for even including yield farming as the first, first activity. This is a minute and very minute part of it. And of course, decentralized, savings, lending, leasing, and governance through DAO. And this whole concept has been built on smart contracts on the Binance chain. Now, when we talk about smart contract, we are just talking about self-executory contract. For instance, this laptop I am doing this presentation on, I own it. So if you want to buy this laptop and I have the laptop, and I have documentations to prove that this laptop is mine. You have the money and you also want my laptop. I could easily say, well, why not just transfer the money to my account and I'll meet you somewhere and give you the laptop since you are buying, right? Now, if that is how it works, don't you think one party, either you or me, one party may have the upper hand in over, in determining the pace and the execution of this whole agreement? For instance, can't you just send me the money and I'll decide to keep the laptop, pick your money and run away? So there's a need for a certain agreement and a middle person to ensure that, look, if you are giving me your money, if you are giving me your money, then I should also release my laptop. And that traditional way of doing transaction, that would have mean that we'll need a lawyer or maybe a betweener, an intermediary, who would keep my laptop, take your money, ensure that I transfer the ownership of this laptop to you, then your money is given to me. But when it comes to the world of, decentralized finance, what really happens is that the smart contract holds both parties to this agreement. It acts as an immediate intermediary without needing any other third party's involvement. So let's say you want to buy the laptop, then the code is written in such a way that if you send money to this account, the ownership of this laptop should be automatically transferred to you. So it is built on if and then basis. And that is all smart contract is. And this is very compatible with EVM, other EVM compatible machines, and it offered high yield. I'm not interested in a high yield, but I'm interested in a secured, automated financial solutions. And this operation or this whole smart contract or movement has been going on for over 2 years. Don't just take my word for it. Everything I say on this call would actually be proven, and you and I will verify the claims, each and every claim. However, let me also state that before I go further into this, I am not a financial advisor. I I have no connection with the creators of this platform. I don't even know whom they are. What I am relating to is the information I have access to on the public blockchain, which cannot be altered, which cannot be falsified, which cannot be twisted to paint a different story. I have nothing as to, I don't have the capacity it takes to advise you on what to do with your money. I'm only here to educate you on a platform I have also chance on and participating as you. And for that matter, you may want to do your due diligence and then maybe employ the services of experts in advising you before taking actions. Now, this whole Bitnest ecosystem is actually built on four main pillars of products coming together to form a very solid system. And these four main products actually start with Bitnest Loop, the Bitnest Savings Box, the Bitnest lending and leasing, which I will combine, and then the Bitnest DAO. Now, what most people know is that we all know the Bitnest loop. Yes, a loop that has been the front runner of Bitnest. It has been the main product all of us know, and it has been the product changing lives globally. And in a bit, I'll be delving into all this. But to summarize it before we go into details, when we talk about the Bitnest loop, this is how it works. Okay, let's say you want to invest into Bitnest or you want to put your money into Bitnest. You put your money in the loop. What happens is that this smart contract affords or gives you the chance to receive some specific earnings or specific fixed cycle returns. For instance, you can decide to go for one day, put your money at work for a day, and at the end of the day, the system pays you back your principal plus 0.4%, returned. What it means is that if you should put $1,000 down for one day into the Bitness loop, the system pays you back the next day, 24 hours, with $1,004. $4 becomes your interest, and then 1,000 being the capital or returned automatically to your wallet. You do not have to request for it. You don't have to press anything for it. It automatically returns to your wallet, not your account. Let me explain. There are other systems that when you join those systems, you are supposed to create accounts with maybe your email, your login details, and you have the user area where we call the back office or account. And for that matter, when you put money in such platforms, at the end of the day, when your returns are due, you actually have to access your account and then make requests for the funds. Now, when it comes to that is an account. When it comes to Bitness, the smart contract is the contract is signed between your wallet, which is your personal Web3 wallet, like the Trust wallet or the Phantom and all those ones, the MetaMask and all those ones. The system signs this agreement with your wallet. At the end of the day, it automatically puts your money back into your wallet and not into the website for you to log in and request for. We have the 7 days period to that gives you 4% returns. And we also have the 14 days period that gives you 9.5%. And the bestseller, which is the 28 days, fixed, that gives you 24% returns. A while ago, I was watching business news and I saw some exciting news. In the news, they said that the 365 years days what's the name? Treasury bills now pays 14.9%. I said, oh, wow, that's nice. I mean, putting my money to work, allowing the banks to use my money to work for one whole year, they give me 14%. Wow, that's interesting. Then a flash thought came through my mind and I said, but then there's a platform here that actually gives me, 24% in 28 days. And that's how interesting the financial world has been, and why decentralized finance in collaboration with blockchain is about to break this world down. And that is a personal statement, not backed by any other fact, by my personal conviction. Now, the next product we have that most people don't also like to talk about most is the saving box. Why? Because the saving box is also another unique product from Bitness, but it gives you a flat daily rate of 0.4%. 0.4%. Right now, let me go back a step bit to show you the difference between these two products. Now, if you put your money into, let's say, the 7 days loop, for instance, and let's say today, after you put the money, after a few hours of putting the money, an emergency comes up, you need the money. I'm afraid you cannot go to the smart contract. You can't go to any admin or go to any human being and say, look, I have an emergency, I need my money back. You cannot do that because it is a contract. The script doesn't obey any other thing than the code in there, which says that if you put in your money into the 7 days, 7 days, return the money and add the profit or the returns to it. You can't go back and take it. But when it comes to the Bit saving box, what it does is that it gives you 0.4% daily, right? But then you can put in your money right now and then request for the money immediately. The only difference is that you will be forfeiting the day's 0.4%, if you make the withdrawal. So at the end of the month, even that on its own alone amounts to some 12%, it's not locked. You can withdraw at any time. And these funds are used in DeFi strategies such as cross-chain arbitrage and liquidity farming, which I'll be going deeper into in the next few minutes. Now, we now have the lending and borrowing, which forms the major magic maker behind this whole thing. I've had a lot of people ask me, how come these people are able to pay 24% a month and they've been able to successfully run this product or this project for so long without any issue? How are they able to sustain it? Because 24% a month, I just said that banks actually pay what? 14% in a whole year in a treasury bill. You put your money down for the whole year, they pay you what? Even the 14% is quite high. Other jurisdictions, they pay you 10, 12, 11%. So How are they able to do this? The secret is just simple. They have a product backing it. In Bitness, just like the way you take your savings to the bank, right? You give your money to your bank to keep for you. In actual sense, they don't just keep the money there waiting for you to come for it when you want to withdraw. What they do is that they put these funds into investments, right? They loan it out to people, they charge them interest. The only sad part is that they keep whatever comes to it, whatever profit they realize from that transaction, they keep it to themselves and then just keep your money for you. In fact, in some situations, at the end of the month, they still come by, they charge you some funny charges, and you realize that the money you are saving will rather keep decreasing when your funds are being used to work. When it comes to business, you, in this case, are your own bank. When you put the money to work, the smart contract takes the money to work. Whatever is realized is given to you because you are the owner of the money. The returns comes to you, right? So we have the lending and borrowing protocol. We, for instance, are the suppliers of these funds. There is another world or another side of business where people come, institutions come on daily basis. They borrow from the liquidity pool or from the funds we have kept together. They borrow from it to do other businesses, and at the end of the day, they agree to pay back just like the traditional system, pay the traditional banking system, pay back interest. The only difference here is that the interest comes directly to you. And that is the real project, the real product that is keeping the project alive. We'll go right into that in a bit. And then, of course, combined with the lease, still talking about the same thing. And then we have the final product, which is the upcoming community governance, which is the DAO. We are talking about the MEG tokens, which actually puts the ownership of this entire project and this movement into your hand. Now, in a blockchain space, if I remember somebody asking me earlier today, if the team are so proud of what they are doing, why don't they put their names on the project? Why is nobody showing face to say I am the owner of this project? And I also asked back, is Satoshi Nakamoto not proud of Bitcoin? Is he not proud of leading this revolution? Why is he also not proud of coming out and say, I built blockchain. I brought the idea up. I brought Bitcoin into being. He's also still hiding. Why? Because there are forces in this world who are not happy with you because they know this technology you are pushing is disrupting their traditional businesses. And of course, they have no business getting rid of you. And I keep telling my audience that had it been that Satoshi could show face, he would have been off the surface of this in no time, because a lot of people's business have been threatened with the emergence of blockchain, and that is what has even brought us here together. What we are enjoying on Bitness for all this time has been something that has been reserved to the bank. So ask yourself, if you go to work, you make money, you pack the money and you give it to somebody, save my money for me. He doesn't go to work. His work is to just save your money and look after your money. Why is he so rich? So rich, he can buy properties, afford anything that you cannot. Why can the bank buy everything they want to, but you, the one saving with them to keep your money, you barely survive? Why? It's your money. You are working and bringing the money. Why are they getting richer than you? They are your money keepers, right? But it's because they put these funds to work. And then at the end of the day, unfortunately, they will not even share profit with you. They rather come and charge you extra things. As I'm here, I'm expecting monthly notification allowance charges from my bank. I'm expecting, how do they call it? Visa maintenance fee, a newsletter, something, and they find reason to always hit you up with $1, $2 deductions to the end of the day. Imagine they do that to about 1 million customers in a month, and that's a secure way of generating $1 million when their job is to keep your money for you. But in platforms like this, the narrative has changed. There are no middlemen. It is you, your bank, your money, your returns, right? So basically, this is how Bitnest has been built. Now, you may be wondering, how exactly do they generate the revenue to be able to keep the system on for this long time without crashing? Some even allege that they are just robbing Peter to pay Paul. Jerry, stop it. We've seen a lot of projects come around. They just take from you, pay the next person. And trust me, paying 24% a month, right? Paying 24% a month, paying referral commissions up to level 17. And if you are even robbing Peter to pay Paul, I wonder how you can sustain such system for even 6 months. Talk less of running it for over a year, over 2 years, and still growing with over $34 million worth of liquidity pool sitting there. Despite all they are paying, the liquidity pool keeps increasing. And somebody want to sit somewhere and say they are just robbing Peter to pay Paul. So Peter is that rich that after robbing him to pay Paul, you are able to pay Paul and still save up, and you're still robbing. Come on. These are the ways they use to generate some of the money. In fact, let me say that unlike what I mentioned earlier, all these ones are just additional sources of funds. For instance, the liquidity arbitrage, when they take advantage of price differences across exchanges. Why? Because they are liquidity providers. Now, let me share a secret with you. If in the olden days, the early stages of this whole blockchain thing, there was a point where the whole community became, I remember, I think that was in 2016, thereabouts, when there was this debate among the blockchain community. There are people we call validators, right? Now, if you want to place order, or if you place order to sell a certain token, what they do is that, especially the meme coin, or if you are trading on the decentralized exchanges, let me explain. Decentralized exchanges are exchanges that also run on a smart contract with no middle human beings involved. In terms of, there is no centralized bodies owning it. Typical example is the pancake swap. You don't place an order or place request for somebody to say, do facial verification, put your address, I want to know your name, say hi, say hello, nod your head, look up before I release your money. It runs on a smart contract. When you take other centralized bodies like Binance is an institution, right? It has a head, it has an owner, they have their hands in there. You can make withdrawal and they will decide that, look, Jerry, due to certain reasons, we are blocking your accounts. We cannot give you that access. So those are centralized bodies. When you are trading on the decentralized exchanges, when you place a trade, the trade goes through what we call the waiting area. It simply means that, let's say I am the host of this Zoom. Assuming I put waiting room on, each time somebody wants to join this Zoom, I will get a prompt that, okay, Derek is about joining your Zoom. Do you want to allow him in? What it does is that until I say yes, the audience here will not know Derek is joining this Zoom, right? That was how the model is. When you place a trade, those validators get to see the trade, and they know that either your trade is going to affect price. It can cause price to move up or cause price to go down based on whether you are buying or selling or the amount involved. And it provides, the argument then was that it provides them room to make arbitrage trades or positions. It creates room for them to do what we call the sandwich trade on you. If, for instance, a token is falling, and then they see somebody is about to buy $1 million worth of it, and it's about to shoot the price, they will buy before allowing your order to go in. And once your order goes in, price goes up, they sell. Pure arbitrage. For liquidity providers, to date, they still have such avenues to make money. And of course, being a liquidity provider on the biggest, decentralized exchange on the blockchain now, which is the pancake swap, it provides them the opportunity to make such gains. And then we also talk about the lending fees, where borrowers pay interest when they are taking loans. We have the flash loans and then the yield farming. So most people actually go out there convincing people that the only way Bitnest makes money is by providing liquidity to PancakeSwap to earn passive income. I'm afraid that is the tiniest way of actually generating revenue. for on this platform. Is the tiniest way, and it's just an addition. Why is it so? Because one, you may have money in your liquidity pool, and maybe at that time there's nobody coming to borrow those funds, from you. Will you keep it idle? Would you rather put it to work? So why would you keep money in your wallet when you can actually use it to work until somebody needs it? So rather than leaving all our funds sitting right there waiting for people to come and borrow, that's when they use minute part of it to do the yield farming. And of course, it also yields profit, or it generates income for them, but just a minute part of what they do. Right? And then it is from these systems that they are able to gather enough to pay you whatever fixed earning you apply for without sweat. And they've done that since beginning to today. Nobody has ever complained about Bitnest and how it works. And they have a WhatsApp, a Telegram group of over 130,000 people. Guys, ever since I joined that group has never been locked. You can join now, ask anything, say anything, and the group is always on. Why? Because there's nothing to actually complain about. The system doesn't even have somebody to say, you're an African, you're black, you're this, to even, it runs on its own, no emotions, no other language than pay the guy, and you don't even have to request for it, right? Aside all that, they also have a very lucrative referral system, which is what is even changing the whole narrative. If you understand what it means by what to own a structure and be earning from your structural income, you would understand why our community our community ambassador, Peter, is always hammering on why you should refer. He's not saying we need new people's referral in order to sustain the platform. He's only showing you how you can set up your own business on such platforms. Because take it or leave it, DeFi, the other day, President Trump was talking about the blockchain. He mentioned something very unique. He said that this is a whole industry on its own, disrupting everywhere. He said the thing is disrupting everywhere. Banking systems are being disrupted, transportation system, a medical system, in any other sector of this worldly economy. This movement is crashing it down and taking over. And initially, they wanted to suppress it by calling it names. Today, it has become the norm. It's the same thing. Today, we are telling you banking has moved on from the traditional banking thing we know, and it's now in a form of decentralization. Only few people would make sense out of it, and they are the few who in the near future, people will look back and say they got a secret early, and this could actually be one of the secrets. So they have a referral system that pays you all the way to your 17th level deep. 17th level means that, let's say I joined Bitnest first. I saw Derek. I said, Derek, Bitnest is good. Will you like to join? I give him a link. He signs up. He becomes my level 1. Whatever he does, whenever he puts in money and makes his 24% returns, I am entitled to 20% of his interest he has made. It comes to me, I don't have to request for it. It automatically enters my wallet. It goes on to level 2, simply means that Derek also has a friend whom he invited, who also puts in something. Whatever he earns, 10% of that automatically comes to me. Why? Because it is what we call a network marketing or referral structure, not in the olden ways where people believe that if you want to be a networker, you have to carry products and you have to be selling some things. No, you can actually put up systems that work. What it simply means that you are building your business on top of an existing ecosystem that becomes your shop, right? So you may want to invite friends and you'll be handsomely rewarded all the way to the 17th level deep, right from 20 to 1% all the way down there. Now, why would you want to consider Bitnest? One, because one is the shows maximum security through SETI contract audit. No major security vulnerabilities found. I'll go into that in the near future. Multi-signature wallet prevents unauthorized access to our funds. Decentralized smart contracts removes any form of manual intervention. And of course, there is an insurance, the Bitnest insurance funds, which cover losses due to technical failure. Let me explain that one because it's very important. Blockchain is an emerging technology, right? There could be app, or just like the internet, you could be hosting a site and within a few minutes or few seconds, there can be an off season. Maybe during that off time, 2 minute downtime, 3 minute downtime could cause somebody a loss. They are just saying that we it's a new technology. Something may go wrong along the way, and we do not want to sit just like you have your house, you have your car. You want to just secure your car in case of any unexpected. I don't know whether they are actually unexpected or expected, but unexpected eventuality, you fall on the insurance company and say, look, I wasn't expecting that guy to smash my car. He did, and I want you to take care of it. They have set aside some funds to take care of losses that could arise from any glitch, any glitch. 3 days ago, we experienced something on the platform which created a lot of it sent some waves around people. My phone was beeping up calls upon calls. Why? Because a gentleman posted that his downline made a deposit and he didn't earn his $2 commission. And so a lot of people panicked. They were calling, how was that possible? How was that possible? It turned out to be the BSC network, which is the Binance chain, was congested at the time. And I remember personally, I was creating a loop. When I do it, the system will reject it and tell me it is pending. And I have to use experience to use other wallets to go around it and all. So at the end of the day, when in the midst of all that, this same gentleman came back and said, look, I've received the money. So what if that small pause had resulted in somebody's not getting paid or something? The insurance funds was actually going to take care of it. Very soon, documentations and access to these funds in terms of the wallets containing these funds and everything, like Peter promised, will be made known to the public for everybody to verify, because in this ecosystem, everything they say is available for you to actually verify. And of course, we are talking about full decentralization, which operates entirely on a smart contract, no middleman, no admin, no owner. In fact, if there are owners at all, it is you and I, because we are about to benefit from the million coin token, right? Owners and holders of the token would actually be the owners of this platform. That is why it would have been technically wrong if the creators of this platform had actually put their names on it and said, look, this is my project, then it defeats the purpose of DAO. It is the owners, those who own the token, they are supposed to be called owners. So if you are going to create a DAO and you put your name on it, somebody like Jerry will not put his money, right? That's how it is. And of course, you are guaranteed daily earnings, right from 0.4% from the savings box up to 24%. And then instant withdrawals. I hate the word withdrawals because you don't even need to make withdrawals. So the other day, Sammy suggested something nice. I think I forgot. I'll have to edit this, because you don't request for withdrawals. It comes to your wallet. And of course, it has multiple sources of income aside the main business of the leasing, the lending and borrowing. It has other additives such as the petty arbitrage and liquidity pool providing and all. And the best part is that it doesn't require any KYC, because we have learned in the past, or in the world that is about to end, that KYC has created room for a lot of people to be censored. I have had programs I have joined, right? And I was refused withdrawal. Why? Because maybe they feel that guy is from Africa. He doesn't deserve what he's supposed to take. Somebody up there was taking, so they use it to censor people. And I don't want to necessarily engage in projects that will require KYC and all. Even in airdrop, there were airdrops we did that when it was time to claim, the whole Africa was switched off. When other regions were posting, oh, but I just claimed, I just sold, I just swapped. Why are you guys complaining? Some of us in Africa, we were denied. all because of the KYC requirement, and they use that for censorship. But when it comes to Bitness, there's no need for such things. And literally, this is what Bitness is all about. Now, without also wasting much time, I want to take you to the Bitness website and maybe show you a few things. Now, the thing I am telling you about is not a newly started thing. I mean, it's been there currently as we speak. Over 1.8 million people have been engaging in this community with about $339 million revenue paid so far to users. And we still have a liquidity basket sitting down there with about $34 million. Right. I also vowed that on this call, I was going to show a minute. Let me minimize here. Um, I was going to show the 1 minute. Okay, here we go. I was going to show you the other side of business that most of you don't get to know, and the rationale behind how it actually works. So let's say I want to um, I want to lease, or I want to borrow money from the liquidity pool we have here, right? Let's say I want to take maybe that's too much. Let me bring it down to a figure like $1,000, right? Although they mean you cannot borrow $1,000. Now, I have to pledge either BTC or Ethereum as collateral. Now, the reason is this: we are going to entrust people's money into your hand to go and work with it or do whatever you want to do with it, and come back with a promise that you are coming back to pay, with a returns, or with some profit. So let's say, for instance, um, I'm coming. Okay, because my wallet is not connected, it doesn't want to. But once your wallet is connected at the back end, go to list, put the amount you wish to lease or to borrow from the platform, click on the number of days you want to use that funds. It will show you exactly how much you are required to provide in terms of the collateral, whether BTC or Ethereum, and it will also show you exactly how much you are expected to pay within 7 days. Now, there's an entirely different world out there behind the scene who come here on daily basis to borrow these funds for their businesses, and this feature is live. You can have access to it. I should have connected my MetaMask from the beginning. Um, no problem. I should have connected my MetaMask, but if you are in your account as a user, you may want to try out this and see all what we are talking about. So what it simply means is that if you are going for 7 days, for instance, and it normally charges you 1.5% per day. So it will calculate your maturity amount you are supposed to pay, and you are under obligation to manually transfer that money before your timer gets down, right? Once that is done, automatically the asset you provided as a security or as a collateral will be released back to you. Your failure to pay on time means that this asset you provided will be liquidated, right? And then the funds are automatically returned to the owners together with the interest you were supposed to pay. And if peradventure what they realize after selling off your assets is more than what you are supposed to pay, the smart contract automatically gives you the rest, takes exactly what is supposed to deduct from your account, and then pays whoever the money comes to. So like a free or a risk-free kind of borrowing, right? Another thing is that at the homepage, you come about what we call the liquidity pool. Today, I really don't want to go into the blockchain to make it a bit complex for you, but let me come here. I'm coming. This figure you see right here is the available funds we have in the particular address all of us are feeding from, right? You can refer to this as our safety basket of where the money is. And so when you loop or when you put in money, it also goes in there, right? It goes to work, brings returns in there. You are paid from in there. Referral commissions and everything are paid from in there. And let's just click on this figure and take you to the blockchain and try and confirm if for real what they claim is in that basket is actually real. In the next 2-3 minutes, I will be wrapping up to come to the screen for questioning, because your understanding is key in this area. So what I'm doing now is I'm looking into the bank accounts of Bitnest on the smart chain to see that right on your screen here. You can even see how long this contract has been created and how long it's been running. 2 years, 122 days ago, right? 2 years, 122 days ago. These are the current assets it has. Let me take you in there. Let's break them down small, small, small. So there you have it. You have the USDT BEP20 of about 20.5 million. And then you have the USDC, which is about 12.06 million, all adding up to what is in there. Also, if you want to, I'm coming a minute, let's just view the number of transactions going on there. As we speak right now, you see a lot of engagement, interactions going on 15 seconds ago, 13 seconds ago. It keeps going on and on and on non-stop. I'm coming. Just to show you that it is not some fan sitting elsewhere that they are just using Peter to pay for, but there are a lot of people engaging in a lot of things, right? I'm coming. You see in, you see out, you see in, everything on the block from which all of us are benefiting from. So if somebody invited you to actually to this platform, saying it is real, it is legit, it's been operating for so many years, these are some of the proofs you need. And of course, tonight being our first, new members night, I would like to pause here and then welcome any question you have concerning Bitnest and how you can get it started. And then thank you so much for coming to this meeting as well. So let me go back into the chat room to see if there are questions for me. Okay, somebody says what? Please send this meeting video in our group after presentation, please. Okay, sure. I will. I promise. The video is already on the YouTube channel live. You can, once I end it, is definitely going to be uploaded on YouTube. So if you have any question, anything you want me to throw further light on, you may want to raise your hand. So I allow you room to ask your questions, and then make sure you understand Bitnest the way it's supposed to be tonight. Any question at all? Any question, please? Okay, awesome. Thank you. Malta, please. Elijah, please unmute yourself, and then let's take your question. After that, Mev, please get ready. Okay, please go ahead.
Okay, Brajari, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Please, I hope you can hear me.
Loud and clear, my brother.
Okay, I've joined Bitnest 3 months ago by God's grace.
Awesome, congratulations.
And but my challenge is how to go about convincing people. I want to find out whether there can be some handout, documented handout, so that I can give to people so that they can also read through if the talking may be a challenge for me.
Okay, so
Yes.
I thank you so much. And then let me first of all say congratulations for taking that bold decision.
Thank
It took me several months to finally decide I want to do Bitnest. And finally, when I came home, I have not regretted. So I'm sure your journey has been smooth. Definitely, I don't need confirmation. I know. And then the years ahead or the few months ahead and years in the course of the year should also be smooth as well. Now, I understand the challenge involved. When it comes to business, honestly speaking, there are 10,001, materials out there that you can rely on to speak to your friends. In our various groups, we normally post a lot of things that you can easily share with friends to get them. But I realize that day in, day out, I keep getting a lot of calls. In fact, my days are always busy. Every minute my phone is ringing, either on WhatsApp or on regular call. And then mostly these are unknown numbers. When you pick it up, they say, say Jerry, please, please, please don't hang up. Somebody just gave me your number that you should explain business to me. And imagine all that I've talked about now, if I want to do that to one person on call. So I understand that challenge. And the reason why I said, okay, the subsequent Zooms be hosted by myself, Uncle Sam, and then DJ Kennedy is a bit advanced. So let me break it down. Fix Mondays purposely for newcomers. So you have a
Okay.
newcomer, you bring them in on Monday. You don't
Every
have to
Monday.
talk to him. I will talk to him on your behalf. And this
Okay.
Zoom always be, it will be on every Monday. I will sacrifice the rest of my Mondays to ensure
Okay.
that people who need training, who need understanding of how it works, will be taken care of on this Zoom.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome, my brother.
Please, can the Zoom also be recorded? If
Yes, it's
let's
being recorded and it's also live as we speak now on my YouTube channel.
okay. Okay.
So after the call, I will just pick the link and share it across. I will not miss any session. And even
Okay.
in an event of the room getting full, those who are unable to join us on Zoom can still watch live as we speak now. If you are a subscriber to my YouTube, it's live there. You can actually watch from there too. So it's recorded.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Okay. Now let me go to Mev. Mev, good evening to you. Please unmute yourself and let's take your question.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
It was a wonderful, wonderful information. Great. Love
Thank
it,
you.
love it, love it, love it, love it.
Awesome. Thank you.
I realized one part in the presentation you were saying that you can actually borrow money from the liquidity pool.
Exactly.
Is that right?
That's right.
So what's the requirement to borrow that money?
Awesome. So, when you want to borrow, first of all, because for now they are just more focusing on the institution, like the institutional borrowing. Minimum to borrow is just 100K. I hope I'll be pardoned for using jest, but you can
Wait,
actually borrow,
wait, 100,000?
yes, 100,000.
So
And
what's what you give them for collaterals for that?
so when you want to borrow 100, there's a requirement of an amount of BTC or Ethereum you are supposed to provide as collateral. The system, that was what I wanted to display earlier. The system was going to automatically calculate that. I promised my next video, in my next meeting, I'm going to get my MetaMask connected, and then we're going to do that exercise together. But then, in order to borrow, you need to provide some funds as form of collateral, which is
How much?
BTC. The system calculates for you. Mostly, whatever you are taking, you pay 25% more. So let's say if you put one BTC in as a collateral, and let's say BTC is trading around 100,000, the system will allow you borrow about 75,000, right? And then you go to work. So you determine how long you want to borrow this money. If it is one day, you end up paying 1.5% as interest. If it is 4 days, you want to calculate, I think it's about 6.2%. I'll get the calculations right. And then when the time is due, you are allowed to pay back on your own before the
All
time
right.
gets zero. If you fail to pay back, the system is going to rely on your or fall on your collateral, and then liquidate it, auto liquidation, to pay back the loan and give you the balance if need be.
Okay, so you say you don't have the numbers right now. So if I want 100,000 to borrow from Bitnest liquidity pool to go stake to get to make money, I would have to have how much BTC to get that
At least
100,000?
you are allowed to borrow in every traditional looping system. You're allowed to borrow up to 75% of your provided um, um, collateral.
Up to 75% of what I'm using for security.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
That's very, very informative, though. I really appreciate your time coming on
Thank you,
here
my
and sharing
brother.
this information. I really, really appreciate that, and I'm looking forward to more session.
Okay,
Very, very, very
every
informative.
Monday, I would like to come in a different dimension. The point is, business is very broad. There are different
Yes.
aspects of business that you just can't summarize in one call. And I also value your time more. So I'll be breaking it down in bit. Every day there's something new. For instance, next week, I'm going to take you to the security aspect of business.
Mm-hmm.
I'll break it down in a new members language, how safe the security code is. We'll go into the blockchain. We'll see what are the conditions, the clauses in there. What are the findings of Celtic, the world's superpower auditing firm, as long as blockchain is concerned, what they have seen in the past, how it was corrected, and how the future looks like. We'll delve into that, and it will be full of information that I can bet you on.
Yeah, this is very, very informative, though. I am so welcome in this new space because the world is not really awakened to what's going on.
Exactly.
So we have true power of our financial freedom. And I'm
Exactly.
so delighted to be on board learning because I've been on board blockchain now for maybe the last like about 5 years, maybe less than 5 years, because my first centralized project went down in I think in the last 3 years that I started learning more. I know about blockchain about 12 years ago, but I never had any coach or mentor. So I kind of fell off. If not, I would be a billionaire right now. But
Oh
I kind of
yeah,
fell
I
off.
can
Yeah.
that I can
Yeah, I
say
kind of fell
yes
off.
to.
And that's what I'm trying to tell a lot of people around me now that really want to know. You got to have a coach or a mentor to be learning stuff from. If you don't have a coach or a mentor, you can't get better. And I so
Of course,
appreciate
that's
Derek
true.
for taking the initiative to
Thank you
keep
so much.
posting stuff in the group for those who interested, you know, and
Yes.
want to come on board because it's very important that we have a coach or a mentor.
Okay.
And that's what's holding us back from being great because every
Awesome.
single one of us need a coach or a mentor. You
Awesome.
cannot produce greatness without you have a
Without
coach or a mentor.
conscious.
Everyone need one. So I'm delighted to be a part of you guys' team, and to
Awesome.
hear these awesome, 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 awesome information because
Awesome, my
this is the
brother.
future, whether you accept it or not. It's the
Oh,
future.
exactly. Oh, exactly. You sound sorry, let me take it a bit personal. You sound like a Jamaican.
I am.
Oh my goodness.
I am. I am.
Oh my
And I'm so
brother.
hungry. I'm so hungry for stop working for money because I was sitting down in the couch, listening to your presentation. I was and I'm so hungry and changing because I've been a self-employed now for over 30 something years.
Oh my God,
So
you
my
did.
sole desire is to be an investor and to become financial free the next 3 years. So I'm working real hard. I'm buying no clothes. I'm going to only pay bills, buy food, and invest. No
Awesome.
clothes, no boot, nothing, because all that extra money is supposed to go into my future. Because I'm ready to
Abs-
retire, working for money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
thank you so much for
powerful
passing through.
information.
Yeah,
Powerful
definitely.
information. Awesome. Awesome.
Let's have
Awesome.
more fun on Monday. Thank you so much, my brother Mev. Um, moving on to Lucien. Please unmute your mic. Good evening to you. Please, you have any question? Jeremiah, oh, sorry, Jemima, I'll come to you later. Lucien, please, if you can hear me, unmute your mic and let's have your question. think I've asked you to unmute. Yes, please unmute your mic, Lucien, if you still want to say something. If not, okay. Jemima, good evening to you. Your mic is already unmuted. Can we have your question, please? Jemima, are you there? Lucien, if you still want to talk, look on your screen. There's a mic up there. Unmute the mic so you can talk to me. Okay, unfortunately, I don't think okay. Nathan, good evening to you. Any questions before we call it a night? We have just 2 minutes to go. Yes. Awesome. Okay. So guys, in absence of, okay, Nathan, you want to say something?
Oh, yeah. Hi there.
Yes, yes, please go ahead.
What was the name of the coin?
The million coin, MEC.
Okay.
Yeah, MEC token for short.
Is there another company with this name?
Nope.
No.
Only Bitnest. But the coin is not yet out yet. So any other coin you see pretending to be the million coin or Bitnest coin, any other thing related to Bitnest at the moment is fake. The original tokens will be airdropped to users based on certain activities, your online reputation in terms of your wallet activities, your community contribution in terms of your team structure and all. It will be airdropped at the appropriate time when we hit at least 2 million active users. So it is not yet out. I got a hint it will be launched under 2049 token 2049 this year later. It will be launched under their project and it is going just to be big. But for now, it's not yet on the market.
How can we get in touch with him? Oh, I mean, you.
Okay, I'm sure we share common group. I mean, almost all groups. And I don't know who invited you, but whoever invited you certainly have access to me. He or she may share. Or let me just drop my DM to you right now. Okay, I have Derek here. Derek, good evening to you. Nathan, I'm going to send you my message, my contact in DM, just in case you want me to explain something to you.
Okay.
Right, thank you. Okay, Derek, please, if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you, Jerry.
Yeah, please go ahead, sir.
Yes, awesome. Again, my friend Jerry, thank you so much again for filling the community with knowledge. And I
Thank
think
you.
that based on what we have talked about in the past and did due diligence, right?
Yeah, yeah,
You, you're going to do that again for them the next time. But based on the information that I have gathered from the discovery that you showed us, Jerry, and what I've also done on
yes,
my
sir.
own time, this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful platform. And again, we always say it's a guarantee. Well, nothing in life is a guarantee, but
Yeah,
we take an educated dive or walk into the platform based on the knowledge that we have known and we have researched, and that's the
exactly.
best thing that we can do. I didn't just take it from what I heard, but in addition to hearing it, I went and verified what I heard to make sure that it was absolutely the correct information. And that's what we all have to do. I think most of the people right now are fearful because they have lost money on those
Exactly.
secondary platforms where they have been rug pulled and scammed. But I'm telling them they need to take the time out to get educated. Education is the best way to be successful in this platform, in this area, in the
That's true.
blockchain. In the blockchain, you need to educate yourself how this darn thing works because it works.
Exactly.
I can tell you that it works. It's not going to go away.
No,
Um,
I don't see that
crypto,
happening
crypto,
anytime
yeah,
soon. Yes,
crypto is
I
not
know.
going any place.
No,
Liquidity is not going any place.
no, no,
It's just
not
going
at
to go,
all.
just going to go up. So it's going to happen with or without us, man. That's the good. That's the big thing.
It is
Yes,
going to happen without us. Let's
exactly.
get ourselves educated and learn the language, learn how to navigate ourselves through this new, I call it, paradigm shift, and
Mhm.
grab a part of what's going on. So again, I'm endorsing this because of what I have learned, what I've studied, and what I have come to know. So Jerry, thank you again so much
Thank you.
for your knowledge, for educating the community. And I hope that
Thank
they'll
you.
take the information and run with it.
Thank
Bless
you,
you,
my
man.
brother. Thank you, my brother. So just like you, I was also afraid. I remembered I got this opportunity since last year, and I just refused to look into it. Why? Because I was just tired. I was tired of losing funds over so many projects, and I felt I don't feel anything different wherever I come out. So when I got a chance to jump on Bitnest, he shared it with me. I said no. I'll pass. Let it pass. I'll look for something else to do. And he said, okay. But then when the right time came, I decided to look. And my primary mission for looking into the smart contract was not to endorse it or to do it. I actually came looking for faults. I was looking for loopholes that I could point to and say, look, my friend, you see that thing you're talking about? It is not safe. That was my mission. Guess what? In trying to prove to him that the thing is not safe, that was when I fell in love with Bitness. Unfortunately, it's one of the sweetest love I have felt aside the love for my wife. So I am enjoying the ride, and I'm so glad to myself for taking that step. I can just feel the instant transformation. A while ago starting was a problem. Even to put in $100 was a problem. And then now you wake up every day and you're just smiling, man, because you took time to educate people who came on board and then also believed in it, and you are all moving together. On that note, Marvin, Mev, I think your hand is still up. You want to say something before we leave?
Yes, sir. Where you guys get crypto to buy now? Because I used to buy crypto through using Cash App. And
Okay.
since the legislation has been passed right now,
Mm-hmm.
they blocked my Cash App, saying that they see illegal activity, which I know there's no illegal activity. I think they're just trying to clamp down from the masses of access to crypto. Because I
Yes.
used to buy Bitcoin from Cash App and then transfer it to Binance and then swap it into whatever kind I want to use now. Which is the
Okay.
best recommendation? I'm in the state, I'm in Florida. Which is the best recommendation right now? I know we
I
have
can
Well,
help you.
Kraken.
I
I
can
know
help
we
Bitnest,
you.
have
I can help
Kraken, and then I know we have Kraken and
Merv.
um yeah.
Binance, you
I,
have
I
Binance
can
and
help.
Coinbase,
Yeah.
and you can also use crypto.com if you have your national security, your NSS.
Okay, I can use crypto.com.
Yes.
So crypto.com, I think crypto.com make it available immediately, right?
Yes, they make it immediately. Coinbase sometimes will keep it for a week.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I don't
yes.
like that because I've Coinbase, but what I normally do with Coinbase, if I'm buying about $10,000, if I'm buying about $10,000, I normally go to the bank and do a wire transfer when I'm using Coinbase. If I'm
Yes.
doing 30,000 dollars, I go to the bank and I do a wire transfer, and I
Yes.
have no problem. It's available at the same time, and then I move it to wherever I want to do it. But
Okay. But
for
then, strangely, just this morning, a friend in the US bought on Coinbase, and it was instantly available for transfer. And even me,
okay,
I was really
what they
surprised.
use, a debit card or a credit card?
Sorry,
What did they use, a debit card or a credit card?
he used his debit card.
Okay, so you say crypto.com, and yeah, because I have the crypto.com on my phone. I just
There
requested a
is
card from them last night,
Okay.
a
So there's
debit card.
crypto.com, there's Coinbase, there's Binance. In this,
Binance, so you can put a Binance in the US. The one I
yes.
got, it doesn't allow me to put a card on it, but I can use it for swapping.
Okay, so with the Binance US, once you put your social security, it brings out the account that is attached to it. So the bank account details hit it, and you have to just buy with your bank. It works automatically.
With your bank?
Yes.
Oh, so I need to look back into the account and see where I connect that
Yes, and
part.
the advantage is this. When you buy USDT on Binance in US, you are able to transfer through the BEP20, the Smart Chain network. If you buy through what's the name? Coinbase, you do not get the Binance chain to do the transfer from. So you still have to go and swap through another
So,
channel.
yes, and send it to
Exactly.
Binance to do swapping.
Exactly. So that's the
Yeah,
little challenge right there.
Yeah. Merv, this is
yeah,
Derek. So
yeah.
with many states, you can also use Trust Wallet or MetaMask to do that.
Yes, you can.
Trust,
Yeah.
trust. Okay, I got a Trust Wallet and I got a
Yeah.
MetaMask.
You can do that, yeah,
Yes.
man.
Yes.
With your debit card or your credit card?
Whatever you have, man.
I'm not sure about
Yeah.
credit card, but I'm sure about debit card.
Yeah.
Okay, and the Trust Wallet. Can the
Yeah.
Trust
I
Wallet
told you, Merv.
is on the Binance
Merv,
Smart Chain just the
yeah.
same.
Merv, I'll show you. I don't want to keep, take up all the
Okay,
time. I'll show you.
Okay. All
all
right.
right.
Okay, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, somebody wants to ask a question. 1 minute. I need to answer these questions before we go. Thank you, my brother Sam. Good to have you around. You say, can you just answer my question? What will happen to the money I invested if Bitnest website is not working? Awesome. Brilliant question. Earlier during my submission, I was very intentional when I took time to explain the payments coming into your wallet and not into an account on Bitnest, right? Now, once you create a loop, the smart contract is running like a node on the blockchain. And at the end of the day, once your time is up, it will self-execute by sending back your earnings into your wallet, into your Trust wallet, your MetaMask, not into your account on Bitnest. The money comes directly into your wallet. Now, with that understanding, once you put in money, they can even shut down the website. You don't have to be afraid because at the end of the day, the smart contract doesn't run on the website. It runs on the blockchain. That is the difference. So whether the site goes off or on, at the end of the day, the smart contract is definitely going to return your money. What will happen when the site goes off is that you may not have the interface to put in new money, right? But then the old money in the system will automatically be returned to you because the smart contract runs on the blockchain and not on the Bitnest website. I hope that settles it. Thank you for the question. Yes, okay, thank you so much. And I can't leave without asking my brother Sam. Sammy, I saw Sammy in the house. Please, Sammy, raise your hand. We need to hear something from you, a huge legend of your magnitude. I cannot let you go. Sammy, please, if you're in the house, raise your hand. Let me give you 1 minute or two. Sammy. Okay, I think we've lost him. But then on that note, I'd like to say thank you so much for your time with me. Let's do this again next Monday. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's make it bigger because we have what it takes to take any number on this call. This is your servant, Jerry. Shalom. Bye for now.